Hi, I'm Ellen Gormley and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing an edging, yay! So I know how you guys like to finish off your knit or crochet projects with a fun little edging, and this is a 2-round edging. It's only 2 rounds to get this froofy little arches and picots edging. So let's show you how to do it. So I made a swatch that was alternating single crochets and double crochets because I like the variety. And there are, I think, 15, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 stitches here. So we're going to chain 16, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yep, count twice, cut once, right? So we're going to chain 16 and then single crochet 15 stitches across. So you'll have 15 stitches, but you're chaining 16 and doing a single crochet for the first row. I always love to do single crochet for the first row because it's just so much easier than trying to remember to subtract 2 and add 3, depending on the taller stitches. So we have this little swatch, and I'm going to take my eye size hook, one of my favorites, and it's a worsted weight wool yarn is what I have, but of course it will work with any yarn, any size. Just use the appropriate hook for it. And let's make this edging, shall we? So at the end of our little swatch, whatever swatch you end up doing, and of course you could do this over a motif too. It doesn't have to be a row pattern, and it could be knit. You could have a knit piece and put this edging on. We're going to chain 1 and turn as if we're starting a new row, and we're going to single crochet in the first stitch. Let me move this aside so you can maybe see better. Single crochet in the first stitch, chain 1, 2, 3, skip 1 stitch. Single crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, 2, 3, skip 1 stitch, single crochet in the next stitch. And we will do this all the way across. And while I'm doing that, if you'd like to hit the thumbs up button, the like button, hit subscribe and turn on your notifications so that you don't miss anything, I'd really appreciate it. Coming up to the end of this side, and we will go all 4 corners here. 1, 2, 3, single crochet in the last stitch, skipping 1 like the pattern. Now the sides get tricky depending on what you crocheted underneath it, or if it's a motif or a knit piece. Essentially, you're going to try to recreate this amount of space over here. So 1, 2, 3, we didn't do anything special for the corner, and because I know this pattern, I'm going to, and you can kind of see this is a single crochet row and this is a double crochet row. I like to kind of put it in the same spot in the side of each row. So I'm putting my single crochets, chain 3, essentially skip a stitch, in the side of the bottom part of the double crochet. Does that make sense? 1, 2, 3. So I'm skipping the single crochet row as my skipped stitch, and then here is a double crochet row. I'm going to place my single crochet right there in the base of the double crochet. That kind of gives me an even spacing, and because I did a swatch that was double crochet, single crochet rows alternating, they're evenly spaced perfectly so that it will be nice and even along the side. But anyway, crochet is not an exact science in a lot of ways, and so you should adjust for whatever like body stitch pattern you use. So you could actually add this edging onto anything. So now we're coming across the foundation part. We've worked 2 sides, and now we're doing the foundation, which is the underside, the chain that we begin with. And so we're just doing the same thing. Chain 1, 2, 3. We put 1 here. We're skipping 1. We're placing a single crochet there. 1, 2, 3. If you've ever wondered why when I do chains, I always work in like the back ridge or back bump, the reason I do that is because look at these beautiful little bottom foundation leftover loops. Gorgeous. So it's so easy to just place your edging in it as if it was right side up, when really it's the underside of the foundation. So it makes a really pretty little bottom. So there you go. Helps keep it nice and neat and tidy. Sometimes tidy is good. Sometimes messy is good. It's okay. Whatever you want to do. Okay, so we skipped the last one. We're placing the single crochet, skipping the one from the end and single crocheting in the last one. We've now done 3 sides, 1, 2, 3. We'll complete the final side, and then I'll show you how to do the second round that includes the picots. So 1, 2, 3. Now when we're working up the side, I've essentially already placed a single crochet in the bottom part of that double crochet. So I'm going to skip the single crochet row and place the next single crochet again in the base of the next double crochet. Anyway, get it in there. You can fudge it. It's all right. Just try and be predictable. Try and be consistent. That's the word I'm looking for. As I hear Hobie going nuts with barking. I don't know why. But Patrick is here, so he will take care of him. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then go ahead and join with a slip stitch in the first single crochet. Now, while you're doing this and you've had to like improvise the sides, the smart thing to do is to make sure you have the same number of loops on each side. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so even if it's not like perfectly even, you want it to be even so that you end up with a rectangle and not a rhombus or something. Okay, so we have completed round 1 of this edging. So round 2, we are going to chain 2 for this very beginning one. Then we're going to chain 3 for the picot. And I like to make a picot where you half double crochet in the 1, 2, 3 third chain from the hook. And then chain 2. So we'll do this all over again. We'll single crochet in the chain 3 loop. Okay, so that's just the corner one, but let's slow it down and show you. We are doing this for each and every chain 3 loop all the way around. We will chain 2. Then we will chain 3 for the picot. So yes, we are essentially chaining 5. Then half double crochet in 1, 2, the third chain from the hook. I always do the back ridge, back bump, back bar, whatever you call it. Okay, that makes the picot. Chain 2, and then single crochet in the chain 3 loop. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Half double crochet in the third. Now I do the chain 2 and then chain 3 more because often I will separate the picot as a special stitch in my patterns. Oh, I forgot to do my chain 2. So because a picot's definition is chain 3 and it needs 2 more chains before it, the picot itself is not chain 5. I don't know if that makes any sense, but anyway, whether you count 2 and then 3, it is still equal to 5. So, and then chain 2 at the end of your picot, and then single crochet in the chain 3 loop. Let's look at it a little more carefully. So here's what we got. These pretty little froofy little arches with the little picots on the tops. So you can see that there's a single crochet in each of the chain 3 loops, then chain 1, 2, then chain 1, 2, 3, half double crochet in the third chain, and then chain 2 more to bring you down the other side. So that is where we are road mapping. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So much fun. And I love quick edgings that finish off a project in a hurry. 1, 2, and single crochet. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Half double crochet in the third chain from the hook. That's what it looks like at this point. Don't forget to chain 2. Single crochet in the chain 3 loop. You can go to town. I love edgings. I love the finishing off of a project. It's so exciting. It's like the last mile of a marathon, except it's a lot less painful. And you know that you're near the end and you'll have that satisfaction of a project well done, and you'll get to fasten it off and yay, you've accomplished something. I love that fasten off feeling. So that's why I love edging so much. Also, I love edgings because I love to continuously work without turning or without changing color. Although you can do edgings with multiple colors. I absolutely could have done this chain 3 loop edging in one color and done the picots in another color. Absolutely could have done that. Absolutely. You totally can have fun with it. There are no rules. But we just turned the corner here. It kept right on going as if nothing happened. There was no special treatment on the corner of this pattern. You absolutely could do this across the side of just one side, like of a towel or something, for example, so that you don't have to do all 4 sides. It doesn't have to be a rectangle. But I wanted to show you how corners could be turned in this edging. If you wanted to do just the bottom edge of a scarf, for example, you totally could. You could just do this part and then turn and go back and just do like straight edges along the side and then the froofy, like that froofy edging. Should I call it that for this video? The froofy edging? 2-tiered picot edging. That's probably what I'll end up calling it. Something more formal and a little less goofy. 3, 4, 5. A lot more fun than like edging 12 or whatever, you know, when you read a book and it's like, oh, that's not a very fun way to call it. 4, 5. But you get the idea. It's a lot of fun. 1, 2. Always check your special stitches for the definition of the picot. I like to do this half double crochet picot, but a lot of other people do it differently. And there is no standard definition for a picot. So you need to make sure that you are following the instructions if you want that same exact result, or you can do your own thing. A little off-roading. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should I continue with this all the way around with you? You guys sit and keep me company while I work? Let's do it. It's not that much further. So, what's new with you? You crocheting anything fun lately? I could give a shout out to my new subscribers. Lizzie M. 2, 3, 4, 5. Gina T. Hello. 1, 2. Meredith. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Meredith L. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. And just turning the corner. So this is where we are. Look at that. So it's getting close to our finished product. We just have one side, so let's go ahead and finish it. And then, hey, what should I do with these swatches? I could make them coasters. They are wool. This is 100% wool, so it could be a tiny little hot pad. It's not going to melt on me. It's not acrylic. So I totally could put like a hot pan or dish on it and it would be just fine. I could sew them together or crochet them together. Should I tell you that? Should I give you a little added tip? 1, 2, 3. Actually, too many there. Okay. 1, 2. So if I crochet them together, I guess I could do a whole bunch and make a scarf like that, but I would probably just do a whole bunch of rows instead. And just 2 more to go. Chain 5. Thanks everybody for supporting my new book, One Skein Crochet. I appreciate it. And 1, 2, and then to join the round, we will go ahead and slip stitch in the first stitch that started the round. I want to get 2 loops. I always like to get at least 2 loops. Oop, and I dropped it. but we will slip stitch and fasten it off and weave in the end. But that is the end of our froofy, our two-tiered Picot edging. So I hope you've had a good time with this. I hope you have some creative ideas that have inspired you to work projects of your own, and tell me, what would you use this edging for? So that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for coming, and I will see you next time.